Good morning, everyone. So in today's class, we are going to see our topic, the last topic I can say, that is cross-application navigation. So what is cross-application navigation? Navigating from one application to the other application within the Fiori launchpad. So some people call that as navigating from one tile to other tile. So this is called cross-application navigation. Yesterday, we have successfully configured this tile, and on click of this tile, the application is also opening. It is also populating the data. Okay, but there is another application, that is charts application, so which is not deployed. So let us configure that tile as well. Okay, and after that, we'll do cross-application navigation between these two applications. To configure any tile in the Fiori Launchpad, we need to follow these 3 steps. So step number 1, creating semantic object. So let me go and create a semantic object. So for that, we need to go to the T code /n/UI2 /sem obj. So here you need to click on edit, continue, new entries, and give, so let me give something like this, batch 72 charts. Copy this, give it here, click on save and continue with the same transport request. Right, step number 1 is over. Step number 2, go to the Fiori Launchpad Designer. So for that, we need to go to this T code. So this will open the Fiori Launchpad Designer in the browser. So here we need to do 2 steps. One is creating the catalog. So under creating catalog, we need to create a tile and target mapping. But instead of creating the catalog, whatever the catalog we created yesterday, so in the same catalog, we can create the tile. There is no rule that every time we need to create a catalog. So basically, catalog is a collection of similar tiles. Now, previous application is also UI5 application. This application is also UI5 application. Previous application also shows employee data. This application also shows employee data against salary. So since these two are related applications, I don't need to create a catalog, but instead I will create this tile in the same catalog. Okay, right. So let me search for the catalog, ZB72. In this catalog, already employee management tile is there. I want to add a new tile, so click on plus. Now give the tile title, that is employee versus salary. Subtitle as analytical application, and select some icon and then information if you want to give the UI5 application. Right, so semantic object. So we created the semantic object, that is ZB72 charts. So selected action. This is displaying, so you can use it display. So it is not performing any CRUD operations. So it is only display. Display means a read and query operations called as display. Okay. DIS and select it from the option. That's all. Click on save. So this got saved. Whenever you create the tile, every tile should have the target mapping. Otherwise, when you click on the tile, it won't perform anything. So instructing which application to open on click of the tile is nothing but target mapping. So go to the target mapping and click on create target mapping and fill the same semantic object, B72 charts, action as display. So same semantic object, same action should be there. Title, employee versus salary, URL of the application. Where is the URL? Yeah, this is the URL of the application, /SAP/BC/UI5_UI5/ZB72 index.html. Application ID. So if you want application ID, you can go to SC80, open the application. So B72 charts. So here it is, and open manifest.json, and this is the application ID. com.demo B72 charts. All right, so that's it. Now click on save. Now this got saved successfully. So these two steps, step number 1 is over. Now create a group. I won't create a new group. Yesterday we already created the group. So in the same group, I want to add my title. So go to groups. So instead of creating a new group, just type B72. So you already have one tile, add this tile as well. So if the tile is not suggesting here, you need to click F4 help. And in the F4 help, you need to select your catalog. So in this catalog, you have one tile already added, but this tile is not added. So click on plus. That's all. This tile is also added to the group. Now your group will show 2 tiles. Okay. Now step number 3, creating a Fiori role. We already created. Under the Fiori role, we need to add the catalog and group. So this is already added yesterday. Catalog I have added, group I have added. So you don't need to do anything for the step number 3 today. So you can directly refresh. So this application should appear in our B72 UI5 application group. So I refreshed it. It may take a while. Since it is having lot many tiles, it takes time.
I have one question here. Just going through this. When you go for this catalog, there's I read that technical catalog and business catalog both are same, or is there any difference in that?
The technical catalog and business catalog, they are similar but not exact. We should not use technical catalogs. We should use business catalogs. Business catalogs are kind of reference from technical catalogs. End user means while you are configuring, you use catalogs. Technical catalogs are something that SAP will use.
How do we differentiate? While creation, is there any difference in creation?
No, while if you are creating, you will always create the catalog. The catalog that you are always going to create is business catalog. I am talking about this differentiation will come only when you are dealing with the standard applications. A standard application which is given by SAP.
Yeah.
Okay, so that SAP's given application will have this technical catalog and business catalog. So as a developer, when you are configuring your own custom application, okay, so this differentiation is not there. So whatever you are creating the catalog, so that catalog is business catalog only.
Any identification saying that this is a business catalog or this is a technical catalog? How do we differentiate? By seeing any attribute is there which says?
See, for custom applications, it is not applicable. That is what I am saying.
Yeah. And for
it
SAP,
is applicable only for standard applications.
Yeah. So there, suppose I want to see that standard catalog is given, but I want to know that yes, this is a technical catalog, business catalog.
It is mentioned. If you take any standard application, for the standard application in the documentation, it is mentioned which is a technical catalog name, which is a business catalog name. Probably I will show you. Let's wait. Yeah, so now this second application, so both the applications are here. Let us open and see. Okay, so I would have kept a panel here so that it gets collapsed. Anyway, so now the next thing we are going to do is when you select a record, immediately we need to pick up the employee ID, and this employee ID, along with this employee ID, we need to navigate to this employee management application. And in the employee management application, we need to go to the details page. So this page we need to go. So how can we navigate to this place from this place? So SAP Fiori Launchpad made this cross application navigation very, very easy. Very, very easy. How this cross application navigation made very easy? This is through the semantic object and action combination. Okay, so now all of you observe, when I open employee management application, observe the URL. See, this is the standard URL of Fiori Launchpad homepage. So this is called homepage. So it is having the hash URL hash shell home, shell hyphen home. Okay, so this is the standard homepage URL. Now when I'm opening employee management application, you can see this particular URL pattern has changed. So this pattern is ZB72 EMP management, which is the semantic object of this style hyphen action. So this semantic object hyphen action, this is called intent. This combination is called intent. So what is intent? Semantic object hyphen action. So this combination uniquely identify a tile in the Fiori Launchpad. So uniquely identify a tile in the Launchpad. So basically this acts like a pattern for each and every tile. So we know that within the application, when we, for each and every web page, we have a pattern, correct? So when you go to the second page, the pattern is /second view. When you go to the third page, we have the pattern /third view. So the way we have the pattern to identify uniquely each and every page of our application. So similarly, for a Launchpad, all these tiles are different, right? So each and every tile, when it opens, there should be a unique URL. Okay, so if I copy this URL and send it to anybody, so directly employee management application will open instead of coming to the home page. So indirectly, this semantic object and action combination act like a URL pattern for the Fiori Launchpad. Getting my point? Some higher business officials, why do they come to home page and then search for the tile if they did not scroll up and down for the tile? So all these things, why the higher business officials will do? No, you directly give me the application URL, I will open it, that's all. Okay, so the moment you give this URL, directly the charts application will open. So whatever they want to see, they will see, that's all. So SAP Fiori has adopted this URL pattern concept not only within the application but also at the tile level. So with respect to Fiori Launchpad, each and every tile has to be uniquely identified. So for that, a unique pattern is required, and the unique pattern it is achieving by the combination of the semantic object and action. So this combination of semantic object and action is called intent, so which will uniquely identify a tile for the Fiori Launchpad, and simply it will act like a URL pattern. Okay, fine. Now, so this particular semantic object and action combination will be used for navigating from one application to other application. See, when you are in this application, this URL pattern is B72 charts-display. But when I'm here, the URL pattern is B72 EMP management-manage. Now what we do, we use this particular semantic object and action combination when we are in this application. And when you click on this pillar, when you click on this column, you call it go and land up in the employee management application. It go and land up in the employee management application. Got it? So let us do this and see. I'm going to the charts application. So go to the view. So let us run this application once. Yeah. Now I'm clicking this pillar. So clicking this pillar is an action, and the action is select data. So come here, and for the whiz frame, so give the action select data equal to, so you can write on select data. How do I know whether this action is select data? So this is where you need to refer the API, SAP UI5 API. So you can, in the API reference, you can type whiz frame, and you can see the actions, the events we have selected data. Okay, so that is how you need to write it here. Select data. So on select data. Now copy this. Go to the view and controller, and write this function. So here, the moment you click this pillar, I first of all, I want to navigate to the employee management application. Okay, not to the details of the employee, but I just want to land up in the home page first page of employee management. Okay, so let us achieve that requirement first, and then we'll take the employee ID, and this employee ID also will pass to the other application. Let us do it in 2 steps. So here, to navigate from any application to the other application, I told we'll be using the semantic object and hyphen action. So this is used to use this. So we need to pass this particular intent. So pass this combination as an input parameter as input to a standard service. The standard service, we call that service as Crossapp Navigation service. Crossapp Nav service. So we need to get this service and then pass this as a input parameter. Okay, right. So first of all, let me get this Crossapp Navigation service. This is the code to get the Crossapp Navigation service. SAP usual container get service. So this is Crossapp Navigation service. Now this Crossapp Navigation has a function that is toExternal. toExternal means to go to some other external application. External application means out of this tile I want to go to other tile. That is the meaning of toExternal. And inside this toExternal there is something called target, and the target again has a shell hash. Target bracket is there. One second. So target is an object, right? Target based on format, and then it is having the shell hash colon. So in this particular shell hash, we need to give the semantic object and action combination. So where is the semantic object and action? Ours is this one. Otherwise, you can copy it from the Fiori launchpad. So this is the semantic object and action. So that's all. Let me see if there is any unexpected token colon. Target, we have colon, and I think shell hash should also be in the, no? Once again, and target object, and then this has shell hash. This should be fine. Why it is doing this error? Please, target is not an object. Target is an object. That's correct. Okay, to external
libraries.
Understand this. Okay. So basically, to external itself will take the JSON object. That's a warning message you can ignore, no problem. Crossapp Navigation dot to external, and then we have given the target shell hash semantic object hyphen action. So that's all. Now save it. Now deploy this application back to the server. What happened? It is not getting deployed. So meanwhile, I'll just keep this in the panel also. Simple form. It's already there in the panel. It's already there. It's expandable too. I think this is not deployed. Okay. So once you deploy, since you have written the action that is selecting on the column of the column chart, so this should go and land up in the employee management application. So let us see if this happens or not. Okay, so click next and finish. And check the status here. You can see application has deployed as for HANA 2021. Okay. Now just refresh your SAP Fiori Launchpad. Oh, this time it has loaded very quickly. Now I am going to the employee versus the salary application, clicking on this pillar, and all of you observe, I clicked on it and you can see it has landed up in the employee management application. Okay, so you can see the URL has changed. Employee management manage. Okay. So this is how you can navigate from any application to other application. But our purpose is not just to land up in the other application, but also we want to go to a specific page which is showing the details. So here when I click on this, Navya's details should get displayed in the other application. So Navya means the employee ID is 600002. So her details page should appear. Now what we need to do is, whenever you want to land up in a specific page, copy along with the complete URL. So not only semantic object and action, copy along with the complete URL. So which is clearly saying /second view means within this semantic object action means within this application, /second view means I want to go to the second view with this particular employee details. So select the entire thing. So keep it here. Okay, so now go to your application. So the first thing we need to do is we need to read the employee from the selected pillar. So if I click here, I want to get this employee ID. So how to do this? So let us do this in the debug mode. So for this, I need the OEvent object. The OEvent object will help me with the value. Okay, so save and refresh. So hit F12, go to the sources and keep a debug point on click of this pillar. So I'm clicking this pillar and you can see it has the debug has stopped here. Now copy the OEvent and paste this in the console. Always remember OEvent object is there to help you. Okay, it helps a lot in SAP UI5. Now just expand and see, is there anywhere our employee ID is coming? So I can see the employee ID is coming here. So in this hierarchy, guys, there is no rule that every OEvent object will store the data in the same hierarchy. No, there is no rule like that. You need to print that OEvent object in the console, check the hierarchy, go to that hierarchy. Okay, right. Now I need to get into this hierarchy level to get this employee ID. So all of you observe how I will do this. Any OEvent, if it has m parameters, so you need to write OEvent.get parameter. So this is something I have been telling from so long. Now inside this m parameter, whatever the first one is there, So that is called parameter name. So I will write the parameter name as data. Okay. Now what is data? Data is an array. So in the array, 0th index. So since data till here, it is an array. So I can write array of 0. So array of 0, I get into here. Now again inside this array of 0, there is a data object. So I need to say dot data. And inside the data, employee ID is there. So I need to write dot empid. Dot empid. That's all, I got the employee ID. Now copy this statement. Come here and write it in your code. So this is how we write in a real time. Okay, right. So once you get this employee ID, now this particular shell hash, first hard code this shell hash. So this is my shell hash. If I have to go to the details page directly. Now in this entire shell hash, what is the variable? The variable is this employee ID. So remove it here and keep the employee ID variable here. And remember my shortcut name. What is my shortcut? Give plus button on both sides. So at the end, actually not required because there is nothing else at the end. And give double quotation at the left hand side. That's all. And right hand side I can remove this because for this particular static string, employee ID need to get appended. So the static string plus employee ID, that's all. I do not have any right hand, any other string to concatenate. So right hand side plus is not required anymore. So basically if it is at the end, you just keep the plus button only at the left hand side. Okay, don't follow blindly my rule also. So if you have to keep the key, replace a hard-coded value with a variable which is at the center of an entire string, then you follow my rule blindly. So instead of the hard-coded value, keep the variable and then keep the plus on both sides and double quotation on both sides. So this is applicable when you have to do the concatenation at the middle, but this is at the end actually. So keep your string and then followed by plus and the employee ID. That's all. Now let us see what happens. So we need to deploy this again. So deploy to SAP UI5 ABAP repository. So I deployed this application. So application has been deployed. Now let us go to the Fiori Launchpad, to the home page, refresh. Now let's go to the employee versus salary application. Now let us click on this Navya and you can see you landed up in the details page of employee management application. Okay. Now if I click back, so you'll be back to this this application, that is charts application. Now let me click on maybe Babji. So this should display Babji details. Yes. So this back button is within the application. So within the application back button, this back button belongs to Launchpad. Okay. So let me click on Anil. Now you can see Anil's photo has been displayed. So I think I click on this and the download happened. Okay.